So now we're going to do another video on voltages, and this video is going to focus on the 555 timer, most specifically the output. Now I have two 555 timers here. This is the NE555, a commonly used 555. There's a number of commonly used 555 timers, and you should be able to pop one out, put a different one in, and so forth. They're made to be pretty much the same. Of course, I always check the data sheet to make sure, but for the specific one you're using. But here is an LMC555 timer. So the difference that I enjoyed. Right now we have 5 volts at the power supply right here. There you can see 5 volts. And the circuit that I have wired up is my inverting Schmitt trigger using a 555 timer. So the trim pot is set to the negative rail right there, 0 volts. You can see the output, each one of these squares is 1 volt, so it looks like it's about 4.5. That's without a load though, and so I think I'll go lower with the load. But in any case, that's what we're interested in. What is the actual voltage that it is outputting? And if I move the jumper here, you can see the supply voltage goes up to 5 volts. So we're not getting the full supply voltage out. Now if I turn the trim pot to the positive rail, once we get up to 2/3 of the voltage, supply voltage, there you can see the output suddenly drop down. And that's why it's a Schmitt trigger. We have to go either 2/3 up or 2/3 of the way down, 1/3 of the total voltage right there, to change the output. But now you can see the input is high, it's to the positive rail, and the output is low. And it goes all the way to the negative rail. So going to the negative rail, this works really nice. But trying to output 5 volts, there you can see it falls short. And so that's what the LMC555 is for. So we'll move the jumper to the output there. I assume you already know the circuit for the most part. So right now the output's high, and you can see that it is 5 volts. So I'm going to move the trim pot. I only have one of these. I really like this trim pot, so I should buy more. But I only got one, and it works just fine. And so I'm just going to keep it the one right now. But there you can see the input is high. It's 5 volts. The output's low. If I drop it below 1/3 of the supply voltage, that's when the trigger pin kicks in. The trigger pin is tied directly to the threshold pin. So the trigger pin just set the output high. And you can see we got 5 volts. Now there's a problem. This looks really nice if you need 5 volts, but you can't power much. So I just looked at the data sheet, and it said if it's outputting 2 milliamps of current, you can expect probably about 4.7 volts. And it can only output like 10 milliamps of current when it is sourcing, and like 50 when it is sinking. So the NE555 can sink and source about 200 milliamps, I think, maximum. You won't want to get that high, but that's maximum. And main takeaway though is we can actually get up to 5 volts with this LMC555, but it can't produce as much power. It costs a lot more than the NE555, and so unless you want to experiment with it, or if you have a circuit that you know it'll be better for, I don't recommend buying it. Just buy regular 555 timers. So now I added LEDs protected by 470 ohm resistors. So it's probably going to be somewhere about 4 or 5 milliamps probably going through each LED. Something like that. We have the voltage that we'll see, voltage difference plus the drop of the LED. This one's dropping almost 3 volts probably, so 2.5. So in any case, we have the output low right now because the input is set high, and so the output is actually sinking current. It's going through the jumper, the LED, and the resistor down there. And as you can see here, the voltage is going all the way to the negative rail. So 0 volts, I should say. So let's, in this one you're going to see kind of changing because the input is floating. So my body can give it signals enough for it to change. And so when they're both look on, it's actually rapidly turning high and low. So I'm going to turn the trim pot low. Now the output's high. So it's given about 3.5 volts now through the resistor and the LED. LED is going to drop a little less than 2 volts probably. So about 3 volts going through a 470 ohm resistor is going to set the current. And you can see that the main thing is you can see how far away we are from 5 volts. So now let's go over to this input right there, and that one's also high right now, and it went up a little bit, about 5 volts right there. Now I'm going to grab the trim pot and set that over here, and now we got an actual signal. So it's down low, the output's high, it's 4 volts and instead of 5. So the load threw off the 5 volt output with probably about 2 or 3 milliamps of current, whatever is going through there. And also we're going to look at, it looks like we lost a little bit of getting to 0 volts. The line's not as low it was, but it's still pretty good. It's about 0 volts right there. So even though for this particular circuit, either one of these 555 timers would work perfectly fine, these ones cost, I think, at least 3 or 4 times as much, if not even more. So you just want to use a regular 555 timer. So now, you may be able to notice the LEDs are brighter. I swapped out the protective resistors. This one's still floating. I'd rather have the red one on there. So it doesn't notice as bad in person as on camera, but green is just naturally brighter than red, and the red one actually has more current going through it at most times, depending on the voltage across it, because green LEDs block more voltage, but they're still brighter. So in any case, we got about twice the current going right now, and we're going to look at the output. So there you can see we have the power supply says about 20 milliamps of current. It's not completely accurate, but it's relatively close. It's going to be about 20 milliamps current. So we probably have fairly close to 10 milliamps of current going through each LED, and because they make up, when they're lit up, most of the current flow for the circuits. So in any case, the output is high, and you can see that even with the NE555 timer now, it's not dragging right on that bottom line. There is a little gap. It looks like about the same size that the LMC555 was when we had half the current going. And now I'm going to turn the trim pot to a lower voltage to set the output high. We'll get below 1/3 of the supply voltage. That set the output high. And there you can see that we are still dealing with a little more than 3.5 volts. So I think that's holding really steady at this current range, that output voltage. So now we're going to go, and that green one likes to turn on when I touch this metal part of the power supply. There we go. We can bounce it around. Let's see if I can get them both on again. I don't know if we looked at this. There you go. We had both of them for a little bit. We'll go to the output before we move the trim pot. And that's what's happening when you see both LEDs on, is that it's turning high and low extremely fast, on or off, whatever you're using, whatever kind of circuit you're talking about. So I'm going to move the trim pot down. Now we'll look at the voltages. So I think this is going to do worse in both accounts. That's my guess. I haven't done this yet. And actually, it looks like the output, yeah, it's a tiny bit worse than the NE555 timer. So already we put enough current in here where it eliminated the primary thing that is better, that you actually get a higher voltage, because it just can't provide the current and hold the voltage. So we will set it there, and down below I think that might be twice as far from 0 volts as the NE555 timer. So already we have eliminated the benefit of the NE5 or the LMC555 over the NE555, of it being able to output rail to rail. So you would just mostly use it for signals, weak signals where you need hardly any, if any, current to go to something else. And so I'm trying to think up of circuits for that would work better for that. But for the most part, these cost quite a bit more than the LMC555 does, than the NE or the other versions of 555. And you got to look for these specifically to find them, the LMC555. So I don't recommend doing that unless you absolutely need that voltage or you want to practice. So I think I said that before, so I'm not going to ramble on about that anymore. Check out one of the other videos that I'm posting. Click like, subscribe, the bell, all that. I have a Patreon link down in the description. check that out if you can afford to give some. That would help out a ton. I will see you in the next video.